Hey everyone, tonight I am going to make a rum cake. And in my mixer here I've got a package of your yellow cake mix, and then I've also added 1/2 cup of water to this. Along with the water, you're going to want to add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil and 1/2 cup of dark rum. And then save the rum, keep it out because you're going to use it for your topping also. Then you're going to need 1 package of instant vanilla pie filling. Pie or pudding, sorry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this going a little bit. And then what we're going to add to that is 4 whole eggs. And just slowly get them in there. Okie doke. I'm going to stop for just a second, scrape my sides, and then we're going to mix this for a couple, I'm going to call it a minute on medium speed. And then I have already taken some pecans and I've lightly chopped them up. And then what you want to do is in your Bundt pan, you want to flour and oil your Bundt pan. And then what you're going to do is take your pecans, about a good cup of them, and you're going to sprinkle that into your Bundt pan. And try to get some along the sides. Generally, if you grease this decently, you can get them to stick onto the sides of your Bundt pan. Alrighty. And as that's mixing around, I'm almost done here. I've got a mess here, but that's alright. I had it in my colander because after I chop them, I try to get rid of some of the nut powder, the flour that you get from the pecans. Okay, so I've got that together. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our cake mixture and we're going to dump it into our Bundt pan. And we're going to bake it at, let's see, what's the recipe say? 325 degrees for about 50-60 minutes. You've all made a cake before, so it's just pretty much when your toothpick comes out dry and not wet is when it's ready to come out of the oven. So I'm going to mix this in here. And then once this is done baking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shish kebab skewer and I'm going to poke a bunch of holes in it and then I'll get back with you and we'll make the glaze that goes over the top of the cake. But you let the cake cool completely and then you pour the glaze over the top of the cake. And then with the holes being inside, it sucks up all that yumminess. I hate to waste, so I'm one of those people that will just sit there and scrape something. It drives me nuts to waste. Okay, so pound it a little bit to get some of the air bubbles out. I'm going to put this in my oven, 325 degrees, and like I said, it's going to cook for give or take, I'm going to start checking it at 50 minutes. So when it gets out of the oven, I will get back to you and I will show you what I'm going to do for the glaze. Okay, I'm back. My cake has been out of the oven for almost an hour now. I've had it outside. I love wintertime because you can let everything cool outside and it cools down so much quicker. So what I've got here is just a skewer. And what you want to do is go through and poke holes in your cake. And then what I've got here is I'm cooking a glaze. And what my glaze has in it is a half a stick of butter, which is a 1/4 pound, a 1/4 cup of water, and 1 cup of sugar. And what I've done is I've let this boil for 5 minutes and on a medium-high heat. And so it's been boiling. So after you've poked all the holes in your cake, what you're going to do is you're going to take a 1/4 cup of your dark Bacardi. You do not want spiced Bacardi, but I mean, it doesn't have to be Bacardi, any kind of dark rum, but that's what I've got. And then so you're going to pour in a 1/4 cup of your dark rum. And I've got the stove turned off now, so all I'm doing is just letting that burn off a little bit. And the heat will dissipate it real quick because you're almost like at a candy stage. And then all you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to take this mixture and you're going to put it over your cake, your rum cake. And wherever you put your holes at, it's going to seep down in. And what I've got here is my cake sitting on a rack with a plate underneath. And then because it all like falls off as you're getting it on, what I will do is go back and pour it back into my pan and then pour another coat of my mixture in it. So this is an excellent rum cake recipe. Now, I mean, there's people out there that don't like alcohol. You could use rum flavoring, extracts, things like that. But if anybody has ever cooked with any kind of alcohol, you know, with that kind of extreme heat, you are cooking the alcohol right out of it. So don't be bothered by it. It's still, you know, but if you don't want it and it's your religion or whatever, use an extract. So, and all I'm going to do is sit here and pour this glaze over the top and let it seep down over my cake and into my holes. And then once this is done, what I will do, I've got probably half the mixture left. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through again and I'm going to poke some more holes into my cake. Do it on the sides, do it on the top part, and then that way you get all that yummy goodness inside your cake. And then once this is done, I'll take it back outside again and I will let it cool off again. So that's what I'm doing here, and like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish putting this glaze on. Then I will take the plate that's catched all this extra glaze and I'm going to put it into my saucepan, and then I'm going to reglaze it. So I'm going to leave it there, and then after this is cooled off, I'll bring you back to the cake and I will do a slice. And anyways, I hope you're enjoying my video, and I'm going to go ahead and finish doing my cake. I guess I'll show you this real quick. What this rack is my canning rack, and I've got it upside down. And because all this juice is underneath in this other plate, what I do is I use my canning rack, and that way I'm able to lift my cake up. You can see all this wonderful mixture still in the plate. And then I don't waste any of it. And like I said, all I've got to do is pour it into my saucepan. And then the most mess that I've got here is I'm wasting a plate to catch all this goodness. And I'll do that for all of this. So anyways, that's what I did. I grabbed all that. And then what I will do is I'll just keep going back and forth till my glaze is all done. So I just wanted to show you that. These canner racks work out great when you're trying to glaze a cake or something like that. So, okay, I'll get back to you when I'm ready to slice. Alrighty, so my cake is cooled, and gonna do a little slice here. the outside you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got the glaze in the inside of it, on the outer skirts of it. So that's wonderful. And then I'm going to put a little cream. And going to have my husband and I have a little dessert tonight. So I hope you try this recipe. My girlfriend Susie gave it to me many years ago, and it's an awesome cake recipe. So try it, and you all have a wonderful day.